This one T makes sense until the moment you need it, and maybe that moment is now. You might have heard the name Yungblud or the iconic band The Smashing Pumpkins. And perhaps lately, there has been some buzz around a collaboration, especially a reimagination of the song Zombie. But beneath the surface of this explosive track, there is a deeper undercurrent, a story about our shared wounds, the cycles of violence, and the way music becomes a mirror to collective pain. If you're here, something in you is already shifting. Maybe you're wrestling with confusion about what it means to scream into the void, or how art can capture the chaos inside us. Or maybe you wonder how a song written decades ago still speaks to the scars of today's world. Why voices like Yungblud bring fresh fire to a classic that once belonged to the Cranberries, yet now somehow echoes in the Smashing Pumpkins' energy. I want to tell you what to do. I'll help you see what is already happening inside you, the tension between rage and innocence, between wanting to make sense of senselessness and the longing to feel heard in a fractured world. Let's immerse ourselves briefly in the winding path of Zombie. The original was released by the Cranberries in 1994, born out of grief and anger over the violent conflict in Northern Ireland, specifically the tragic events surrounding the Warrington bombings. Dolores O'Riordan's haunting voice carried a lament for the children lost and the perpetuation of violence that feels sometimes like it never ends. That raw outcry against war's brutality was distilled into a refrain. With their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their guns in your head, they are crying. Fast forward nearly 3 decades, and Yungblud, a British artist, known for his rebellious spirit and frontal approach to social issues, steps into this legacy, teaming up with the Smashing Pumpkins, who themselves were defining figures of the 90s alternative rock scene. With their complex blend of angst and melody, the song receives new life. But what exactly are they saying by bringing these voices together? Here's where the irony seeps in. Many might assume a song titled Zombie is about the undead or some superficial horror theme. But what if the real question is who or what are the zombies here? The people trapped in cycles of violence? The nation stuck on replaying their past traumas? Or perhaps the part inside us that numbs itself to pain, freezing in place rather than confronting the agony? Could it be that this so-called zombie state reflects how societies and individuals alike sometimes become unfeeling, mechanical, repeating destructive patterns without awareness or escape? SFX, echoing underscore heartbeat. 3. If you think about the word zombie not as something external, but as a metaphor for emotional paralysis, does it illuminate your own experience? What parts of you are stuck repeating old stories of fear or hurt without fully waking to who you could be? What if the problem isn't the violence outside, but the numbness inside? Yungblud's vocal delivery pours his own signature urgency into the song, crackling with both defiance and vulnerability. When he screams, it's not just an echo of Dolores' original pain, it's a bridge linking generations, a call to shake off complacency and feel deeply again. The Smashing Pumpkins add layers of distortion and drama, their guitars twisting like anguished shadows, capturing the inner chaos that comes when we confront hard truths. This blend of raw honesty and sonic tension creates a space where the listener is invited to reflect not just on global conflicts, but on personal battles with rage, detachment, and empathy. Because heaven or hell, war or peace, the battlefield can also be inside. Here is where the Socratic question arises. What if the violence we rage against externally is also mirrored in internal conflict? What if the zombie is not someone else, but a part of ourselves that refuses to acknowledge its pain or its need for healing? Have you noticed that the louder the world shouts, the more silent some hearts become? SFX, distant underscore gunfire. 2. When the lyrics say, it's in your head, they are crying. It's a chilling reminder that our minds hold the echoes of trauma, grief, and unresolved anger. These reverberations can either imprison us or serve as fuel for transformation. So, what does it take to break the cycle? Can a song simply be an act of rebellion enough to crack open hardened shells? The collaboration of Yungblud and the Smashing Pumpkins. Reviving Zombie offers one answer: that we must feel the full intensity of our shared pain, express it, scream it, and then in the space, after the uproar, listen for a new possibility. SFX, Thunder_roll. For this is where something fragile, almost invisible, becomes apparent. Music serves as more than noise. It's a vessel for collective mourning and hope. The rawness, the distortion, the bittersweet melodies, all these elements embody the paradox that true healing often begins at the edges of chaos. Have you ever noticed how powerful it is when anger is met not with silence, but with understanding? The song invites us to witness the pain, not to drown in it endlessly, but to allow it shape a new awareness. It asks us, what if by acknowledging the zombie state inside us, we can begin to live more fully awake? What if the real resurrection comes not through forgetting, but through remembrance paired with courage? This resonates deeply in an age where many feel fragmented, fractured identities, polarized opinions, and pervasive uncertainty. The voice of Yungblud, combined with the weight of the Smashing Pumpkins' sound, offers a kind of sonic compass pointing toward that awakening. And here is the final gentle irony by shouting about zombies. The song might not condemn them, but rather mourns them, even loves them, as parts of ourselves desperate to be seen and healed. So when you listen to this renewed zombie, what do you hear? Is it just a song? Or does it reveal something about your own inner battles? Where is the zombie inside your mind, and how might it begin to wake? SFX, soft_and_blowing. 3, maybe it's not about winning or losing, but about entering that space. Between silence and scream, the place where everything fragile, tumultuous, and alive exists. You're not stuck. You're just afraid of what letting go will change. And if you're here, it means you are ready to meet that fear with open eyes. How will you begin to hold your own wounds without turning numb? How will you listen to the quiet cries inside without running? The path from zombie to awakening isn't smooth, but it's the path toward reclaiming lost pieces of your true self. So maybe the song is less an anthem about past tragedies and more a living invitation to wake, to feel, to speak in tandem with millions of others searching for light through the darkness. And when music becomes that shared breath, suddenly you are not alone in your pain. Your silent fracture becomes a fracture shared. And in shared fracture, there can be unexpected beauty, even hope. What song do you need to listen to when your world feels cracked open? What voice, deep inside or far away, calls you to wake from the sleep you didn't realize had trapped you? SFX, heartbeat_fading_away. For remember, in the endless reverberations of zombie, both the scream and the silence have their place. And somewhere between them lies the question waiting for your answer.